does to buff up the Necro books to help them farm, where Dazzle just gets them a little bit more frequently, but they're weaker.
Exactly.
Oh, there it is.
That's a good hook. And Dazzle mid is actually kind of viable. People just... Yeah. Oh, that's a really good body block. I don't know how Blizzy got that body block.
Yeah, Force Mages, yeah, that's a tri-lane here.
Oh, wow. It makes sense, right? I was going to say this in the draft, like, the Pudge is a really weak laner. So, OD makes up for it. Strongest off laners.
Yeah,
that's nice.
One of the strongest laners, period, I think.
Yeah, I guess in general, yeah, just we see him in the off lane a lot, so he's brought this toolkit from the mid lane to the off lane. And no, we're actually going to see xannii playing the Void Spirit as a carry rather than the mid lane.
And speaking of strong laners, Beastmaster, of course, can actually contend with this 2v1 for a little while. Void Spirit, not too much of a danger. AA is pretty good at taking out your boars early on, though, with the chilly fingers, so that's something to be aware. But then he's not using chilly fingers to attack you, so you're pretty happy with that.
AA sucks against.
Another hook there. 2 of 2 for Axis Vampire.
It's like a
2 of 3, sorry.
It's a known counter to the... As you mentioned, Chilling Touch is okay for hitting the boars, but not enough damage. You usually need to use Cold Feet to kill the boars. Once at level 3, they have enough movement. Once at level 2, Master's level 3, you have enough movement speed to outrun the Cold. So it's a really difficult lane for the AA. However, Void Spirit's quite strong. It's because same as AA can't kill the boars, Void Spirit can't. It's just not the easiest. You have to waste a lot of stuff to kill.
You see the Clockwerk now rotate up top lane, so Force Major is going to be, just being a bully here to the Ancient Apparition, just standing there, blocking the stack there with his body. Boys continuing to start to bully our Void Spirit a bit more.
Hey, look, he's trying so hard to just kill him, but he can't even. They even get him into the deny. Now, xannii could be in trouble. Battery
He had a point to use. He was putting the save in it. Probably maybe wanted to go for Aether Remnant, but of course, when you're getting ran up by the clock.
He's not like Desperate, who hates discipline.
Even versus a Stifling Dagger. No, it is Stifling Dagger. Point of Pain?
Yeah.
Data Strike. Stifling Dagger is PA.
And yesterday you learned that Rapier is a sword.
It was a couple more days ago than yesterday.
I'm not casting, I'm not having a day.
Well, that doesn't. We casted many days in a row, however.
I have casted yesterday. Casted. Beautiful guy.
Ah, there it is.
ESA. That rod's not good enough. It's only level 1.
Oh, no, the hook's gonna miss.
Those hooks have been very hopeful, some of them, huh? We've seen some decent hooks.
He's 2 of 4. He's 2 of 4. 50%.
Is that what we're gonna count here? We're gonna just count.
Yeah. 50% on skill shots, not bad. I think for Pudge, you want to try and aim for 55 personally. So that's what I would be trying to hope for at play skill shot heroes. Do I play any skill shot heroes? Yeah, Earth Spirit is.
Earth Spirit is like that.
Oh, there's a hook.
Go. Noticed? The Aphotic Shield and the damage from the OD pretty high, but the Abaddon is keeping them in place, and Blizzy might just die. First blood is given to Notice. The Axis Vampire cannot deal with the ESA. Once he gets that Curse of Avernus, you cannot turn off the rod. And now he's gonna die to one last hit. Can't deny yourself one less. Oh, you should have just dived that.
It would have been difficult.
You might as well just die and use the Aphotic Shield there. Salve to get away. If you're gonna use the salve anyway that way, you might as well use the Aphotic Shield to kill.
Normally I'd agree, but he still has a bit of mana and he has Luring of Bacillus, so he doesn't really need to die because he can stay around in the lane.
I guess if you want to live DSA, I'll allow that.
If he just has like a stick there or something, yeah, I agree, right? But he's got regen. He's got the ability to use it here. Hold on, careful. With Spirit Siphon here, he's really holding on to this waveform. Tier 2 tower now, so it's bonus HP regen, but just really bullied out of the lane by Larl with the haste turn.
It's actually more about the armor when he got into the tier. That's why he used the waveform to get right underneath it, because you had fully morphed attribute shift, which means fully attribute shifted, which means that you didn't have any armor, right, on your Morphling, obviously. So you had a bunch of HP, so the extra 5 armor, it gives you so much effective.
Got mana for Crypt Swarm. Nice play there.
Oh, Dazzle got picked in NA the other day.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. The Necro has been picked only in Division. But Dazzle got picked in... I don't know. Is it better to get unpicked to get picked in NA? I'm not really sure.
Well, Axis Vampire. He's going to maybe have a kill here on the DSA. There's a hook, short range, but a nice gust. Should be able to create enough space here. Axis Vampire unable to catch up. Astral Imprisoned, though, going to reset the positioning. And there's going to be a kill. First Flesh Heap stack there for our Pudge. Of course, he's not taking a point in it yet. Low builder.
Not that it matters as much when you're playing like that. Much more important when you're playing white. Pudge. Which, by the way, for a while was kind of viable, actually.
Oh, I completely agree. And then they really kind of killed the hero. 'Cause that's when Flesh Heap gave HP regen, though. Or
Yes, exactly.
At all stages, right?
Yes.
But you would take it for the lane.
And you actually, there was a... I forgot what they were called back then. 4DR, right? Loves Pudge, is a big Pudge. And Brazilian player, by the way, he's an SG right now. And he used to play Pudge carry like consistently, not like a meme, like a serious thing. And it was a team, I think it was Team Brazil as well back then, where you had 4DR playing Pudge carry and Theo Licor playing Techies 4. And you're like, what is this cancer lineup? And it just really worked well. It was incredible. They actually had a lot of wins.
Pudge ganking. Will be TP in mid lane. They're going to try and defend this tower.
Oh, Dazzle was picking SA. It's all good then. Dazzle's a good hero.
Dazzle's a good hero. Forcemajor is going to scout the Pudge. He's got to be a little bit careful. Here's our Morphling trying to defend the tower. Does manage to nuke the creep wave so they can go to focus onto the wagon now. This Vampire, he's holding onto this hook though, like it's going to cost him money to throw it, but they're going to get killed top lane. Very fast level 6 here. Roar already onto the Void Spirit here. As like you're saying, with the AA has to stay. The Clockwerk's free to rotate around, and that means you get a very fast level 6 and basically just killed that Void Spirit. Tanking now the tower. Can actually go for a bit of a tier 2 dive here with the Illusion Rune. Will decide against it though, because the creep wave's in the way. And here's Excess Vampire. He's going to give away his HP as well to Larl.
Radiant's courier.
Laurel is just in like a Las Vegas buffet, and everyone just walking in, giving him more and more HP.
They're going to kill top lane, by the way, Celebrity onto eine. Of course, we're watching the Pudge though.
But we're watching Laurel just kind of be off everyone. That was quite easy for Laurel. I mean, now he can push the mid lane this bit.
Falcon Blade Drow Ranger is not one I've seen.
Oh, but it makes sense, right? Yeah, the HP and mono regen are pretty decent for Drow. You usually don't need more mono regen than this, so I think this is enough. And I think the damage is a bit superfluous on Drow.
What a word. Is that the word of the day today for Webster? Superfluous?
Sorry. Well, I think the damage is a bit unnecessary. A bit too much. I apologize. Can I not use big words?
It's redundant.
Oh, wow.
It's okay.
It's not redundant, though. I meant superfluous.
I saw him, you know, he was really excited. I had to wake him up to cast, you know, and he flipped his calendar and said, "Ooh, superfluous! What a great word!"
This is what happens when like English is a second language speaker uses a big word. All of a sudden, all of you monolinguists
I do it to everyone that speaks English.
Absolutely.
Do you want your medal? Is that what you want?
Discriminate. I would love it. Yes.
Hook. Here it comes. Oh, it could be dodge. She splits the gap.
That's really difficult to do, actually. The Cogs, though, trap the Pudge, and I think Pudge is dead. Okay, not that big a deal, though, because you can continue this fight. Not like Pudge matters too much. In fact, look at this, they're doing it. TSA dies, Forcemajor also in trouble, and they get 2 wins off it. Lorenof using the DP more effectively than DP herself.
Yeah, for now, right? The Spirit Siphon on Spirit Siphon to be able to negate that damage. As Celebrity, he's already got Necro 2. He's starting to get some damage as well onto this tier 2 top lane. But so far, so good for Gambit as far as defending this tier 1 tower goes. We do have another EXO. No hook shot yet on the support, obviously only being level 3 on the Clockwerk. But it really feels like because of Celebrity, he's like really amped up the pace of this game, hasn't he? Like him alone. It feels like we're like maybe 12 minutes into the game instead of just about 9.
I think there's an explanation as to why Dazzle doesn't. Because, well, why would you pick that hero when you have the
Radiant
so much? Fulfills a very similar role.
They're
going to actually, bring the Necro 2s over. This will be the tower pushed fairly easily.
I mean, you have an Abaddon and a Beastmaster. This is how you should play the game, even with a DP, right? You have a really fast pushing game. And there's like, oh, nice hook actually. Actually, Forcemajor. The Cogs don't help him out. In fact, Forcemajor will die. So you have a really nice lineup for pushing and putting pressure early, which is fantastic because the enemy team lacks a support. So they only have 1 support. So realistically, you can just, they have no space creation, right? And AA is not really good support to gank with either and get so.
No, definitely not. He's more for your global presence, your damage as well. Thanks
good
to
team fight support, right? But not very good in single
but he's not very good when he gets ran down and located. Doesn't have a TP. He's super dead. But I mean, hey, that's I think either 5 out of 9 or 5 out of 10 for Excess Vampire. So far, not too bad on our Pudge, to be honest. 50% of hooks in the laning stage. And Meteor Hammer's already done as well for Blizzy. Is he going to go ahead and put Forcemajor into the Astral Imprisonment? Oh, xannii is here. We do have a hook at the ready as well for Excess Vampire, but they're going to see him. And he's probably very unlikely to get the hook. I mean, look, they force him away just because of the Pudge, really. Pudge hooks 1 person there. They're dead.
Yeah, which is true. That's one of their strengths, right? They have really good defense of their towers. The problem is, of course, they can't fight head-on because they just don't have the team.
No.
Your offlaner is also very much single target, so you have two heroes, Pudge and OD, which are completely single target. Sorry, AA is like, well, I have an Ice Blast, but I can only hit a single person every single time. So he's not very useful this game either, unfortunately.
Necro 3, so Celebrity's going to push with this wave because it has the wagon. Dropping this Necro 3 as well, mid lane.
Radiant's
Dodge the silence, actually. They perfectly turned that around. DSA is killed off. That Ice Blast is going to miss the mark. Here they go, top lane. They even fortified Necro 3 yet. All right, xannii's going to rotate on over. Look to wave. Good defense here, just by rotating one here
Radiant's bottom tower has
Done.
fallen.
Blizzy will get to work on that bottom tier one in the meantime. He's going to demolish it, but we'll stay top lane. He'll no hook shot, though, so xannii, and maybe if with a little bit more XP on the Clockwerk, he'd have a kill here, but unfortunately it's going to be a little bit too difficult. They're not going to be able to follow up in hook shot. Laurel's got Exo level 1, Boots of Travels already. I think they're going to push here for the tower.
Dire structures
Oh, xannii,
are
they
fortified.
actually purged them.
Yeah, he's got both Astral Steps, though, so he's not really too scared. In the meantime, they have caught one. I believe this is the Clockwerk, and it is, as he will be eating the Meteor Hammer and plenty of damage out from Blizzy. Here's Excess Vampire. Wants to get this kill onto the Necro. He's going to hook it. There it is. 6 of 11. Yeah, 150 gold.
That's a fair amount of gold. It's quite nice for you, especially with this kind of lineup, since you can't force 5-on-5 engage, take any kind of skirmish. Any sort of priority you have in the skirmish, you need to, and you need to get as much as you can. Hook.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you do from low to high ground, the hooks become a bit harder because I think that's. If you haven't played Pudge in a while, which I'm assuming hasn't, then you probably. No offense to him. It's just
No.
some of these hooks are a bit easy. But
Yeah, he doesn't have any shards. Doesn't have any, he's level 7 Pudge, though, so. Kind of a lot of matches.
Pudges only come in 2 shapes and forms. It's level 0 or 25, right? That's what Pudges do.
It's kind of true. They're giving Lorenof a decent amount of space to recover here, so he's going to be at least able to catch up in terms of farm with the
Radiant's
VP.
middle tower
But right now,
is under
xannii
attack.
is still needing a little bit more space as they're going to commit the Exo. Necro both 3, and this should be the tier 2 tower going down. They're going to try and defend it, though.
But nothing major, right? It doesn't seem like you
Okay.
can really commit to this. I mean, you even throw the Ice Blast down. What do you do, right? It's all up to xannii to kind of initiate.
Or Excess Vampire, but now you've got a whole bunch of bodyguards here. I believe you can hook a Hawk as well,
Tower
right?
are scanning.
Can you hook a Hawk?
Of course you can.
Okay.
I was about to make a tongue twister there, but I can't think of a tongue twister without bad words.
He's a hook-a-hawkaholic. Hook-a-hawk.
It'd be more like, if you hook a hawk with a hookah, does that make
There's something there.
something there? Someone in the chat, you can make a Kai pasta.
That's where Twitch chat usually excels.
That's
there.
where you guys excel.
4-staff first for Excess Vampire, as they are still down 3k, but they're going to smoke up, and leading the charge here is our Pudge. Look how happy he is. Go and try and kill someone here. Abomination. They're going to get the wraparound.
The Beastmaster and the VP, actually, both of them trouble. The Clockwerk does detect them, though. Ice Blast used, maybe a bit too early. Nice have PSA, no missing for everybody. They do stop Celebrity, though, here, but the Pudge gets Primal Roar to destroy. xannii pushed away from the cogs, now slowed down as well. Blizzy at least gets a Meteor Hammer couple off, but Blizzy stayed in too long in a bad position, which means now they can catch up to him. They have a secondary purge, they don't for now, which means they can't slow him down. And all of Gambit, except for the Pudge, will get away from here alive, but a failed engagement. Also, 2 Hawks right next to each other.
Oh, yeah,
Really chilling, dude.
He's, he's a hawkaholic.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I mean, unfortunately, you still lose the tower because, again, you have no team fight right now for Gambit-2. But you do get the roar out onto the Pudge, which is not a bad trade. You know, if you had, like, an earlier team fight lineup, maybe like a Mars, then Mars just kind of runs at you, right? Because then it's only hookshot and cogs that can stop him. And that's pretty significant, but unfortunately, there's just no follow-up after the Pudge gets roared. It's kind of just that simple. The rest of the team is focused to trying to kill the Pudge, and OD goes onto the Clockwerk, and OD's still top lane, by the way. There's a hook shot at the ready. It will connect. Drums of Endurance. Cog pushback is perfect. Blizzy's going to be able to Astral himself, but there's no reinforcements coming. Like, no one even, like, no arrows even turn in his general direction. to the extent of which they were not going to defend that one. And there goes the offlane, a free kill for Celebrity. Only hookshot used there. So hookshot and roar both on cooldown now for a little while. Roar's coming back up though, so can't reasonably take a fight now. And we nearly have Ags at least for xannii. Goes Pudge from in the top lane.
I mean, you need the Ags this game. I feel like if you went for the, with just Yulsa for this game, you just don't do enough because you have so much single target already. You don't need more. It speaks both to the benefit of a lot of the better Chinese teams, but also the worst Chinese teams. But the point I was trying to make is that the OD has kind of lost its flavor in Europe, particularly because if you don't pair him with like a strong, or like an Earthshaker that brings a lot of team fight, and he's just not that great as a. So the hero only doing single target damage in the offlane and also push is just okay. I know obviously in pumps he's really strong, but in competitive you see in Europe particularly not the.
VSA having to use the ulti there. The Ice Blast is going to scout him. They're smoked up and running on over, but here's forcemajor breaking the smoke. Oh, there is a connection, but unfortunately he's got the battery assault ready to go and climb. Nice hook shot though to be able to escape the disseminated. eine just running on in, and that's going to be your AA gone here. The Ice Blast is sure, but xannii now is going to be silenced and roared up the same. And that's going to be a kill onto him. The tips coming out from Celebrity. Blizzy continuing to run. He's got a decent amount of mana stolen, but got a lot of smart heroes, to be honest, here on the side of VP.
That's pretty good. The VP, they just understand that they're stronger in the 5-on-5 engagement. They have save, they have much more push and much more forward taking. They can just run action, to be honest. They don't really require catch either because their team is much better at running action with VP being on the front liner. So it's a very different style of draft. And that's why I feel like they can also destroy the OD. Is these kind of drafts that are very popular in Europe and CIS, which I was referring to, that not so common in China because they're harder. I wouldn't even say they're harder, they're just much more of a gamble. If the enemy team knows how to play against this draft, they can really easily play the high grounds to your disadvantage. They can take map control and use it against you. But since in Europe everything is a bit crazier, then these drafts work much. You see them in SA as, and that's why Gambit is struggling.
Pudge 2-2-2.
When you're deciding the Pudge's stats, it's because you're like, oh, all right, I don't know what to say about this hero besides trash.
Well, he's still getting that 4
It's not
stats.
really his fault, though. It's just not even a good lineup for the Pudge, to be honest.
No, it's not.
Like, even regardless of my
Dire's
possible
bottom
hatred now,
tower is under attack.
it's just not a great.
Dire's structures are fortified.
The OD combo is fine, but you have nothing else to mitigate.
Well, and it's not exactly what Morphling needs. I mean, if you can get off a dismember, that's perfect for him. But, like, I don't think you're going to get off a very long dismember with roar, battery assault. You know, Gus, there's just so many things to cancel you. The silence, of course, from VP, which is just called silence, right? Yeah.
Like, you just want some area.
They need to make that into, like, terrifying silence or something.
Tower is under attack.
Other than the slaughter treatment. They just needed some sort of team fight here. Like, they need something that can control.
Oh,
That's really good initiation. Can they kill him in time? No, goes for his life.
Oh, dismember? They got Celebrity.
That's pretty good. Celebrity and behind him as well. Hit them. Celebrity's dead. They use xannii's Eclipse, and they continue to chase after VP. The Drow is nowhere to be seen. Finally, Drow joining in the fray. Exorcism is being committed. They kill the OD. Blizzy will save himself for a couple seconds, but he's still going to go down. At the time of the VP. Okay, they do take a kill onto DSA, but in exchange, Lorenof will have to fight to the death here, eventually leaving with a waveform, not getting the kill on forcemajor. Still a win for VP because they managed to restructure that team fight. And I think noticed he just feels too much damage.
Yeah, well, as soon as he joins, you could see that got really bad. Nice hook there at the very least. It wasn't even with a ward, by the way. He just knew he was running his ass right back into the team fight and got him. Yep. That was impressive.
Of course, there, I think another difficulty from Gambit's lineup is also the core-to-core matchup being kind of bad. Morphling can mitigate this with enough farm, but like here with the Drow range, just doesn't. I don't think there's even a point where Morphling is like quite satisfied with this matchup, right? Because eventually you just want to go full agility once you get enough stats, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have enough strength to withstand the Drow's worst damage.
Oh, hook shot. They're going to get this kill onto eine. Got the Sceptre Ward at the very least. Counter initiation. Good hook to save his friend. And xannii is going to have to ash himself away. Ice Blast. To find him. Ooh, they just missed. That definitely would have gotten the kill. Very unlucky there for Gambit. forcemajors. He's a bit too fast there, using those drum actives to get out of dodge. A little bit of extra move speed definitely saving his life.
Yeah, I like the drums build a lot in Beastmaster. I think a lot of the builds, in Enigma we actually seen drums build as well recently.
We have 2 drums, by the way. One on the clock. One on the
It's
Beastmaster.
useful. Drums are so buffed right now. I think that it was a really viable item in the start of the meta. Obviously now you have more options, like Falcon Blade, for example, but I think drums are still useful.
This still got Aegis, so we're gonna hit him with a hook. This could be the first life. DP's nearby though to silence.
Nice silence. Oh, he actually might even be living here?
Yeah.
Well done.
Like,
xannii in trouble. Blizzy's nearby. He wants to get the little combo off, but Larl's like, nah, not happening, dude. Not happening, Blizzy. Immediately silenced. There's the Ice Blast. Don't might just kill Norris. Outruns it. Hook shot. Hits 2 as well, but they want to guarantee to kill into Blizzy. Blizzy gaining some time with the Astro Imprisonment. They can't burst down the Clockwerk. Instead, they consider going for the OD, and Blizzy will be the scapegoat of this fight.
yeah, along with X's Vampire, right? Lorenof should be able to escape
I
here.
don't know, dude. Silence is strong. They have a second silence on the DP. There we go. Yeah, and the damage to the Drow is really high. Thank God he has the E-Blade. Yule Scepter set up again for the second silence, but they have a hook to save him anyway. So even if they had Gust there, which I don't think they did, the Morphling was...
Yep. Oh, Morphling was alive.
Sorry, Morphling was alive because of the...
Yeah, Pudge the Butcher. He says, no, get back here, water boy. Stay alive for now. The E-Blade there, definitely coming in handy towards making, actually end up taking a big death. Has the hand at Midas now ready to be used again. Farm yet again, still a little bit lacking, but not too bad considering that he doesn't really have any supports or an offlaner that's been able to make space for him this game. So he's just been finding farm in whatever nook and cranny you can get. And the fact that he's got already 10k, granted with the Midas, right, is not bad.
No, I mean, the Morphling has been okay this game. I mean, your win condition has still been powerful. The problem is that up against the Beast Drow, I feel like just not enough. You need something else to help you. Because what if you promo roars, like if they promo roar the Morphling?
Going for BKB
Yeah,
first, by the way.
BKB, which make more sense. Right. But say you get roared the team. What do you do to save him? Besides hooking him, right?
It's your best, that's
your
it.
only save.
I mean, Astral, right?
Astral, right, that's true. But then you don't have the combo with OD, so then you might as well Blizzy call it quits. Your team fight's done, right? You only have an
I mean,
Astral.
but your team fight's also done if you lose the Morphling, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I think it's the right play. But my point is that either or, you're sacrificing one of your heroes.
Definitely. Whereas with, obviously, like with the side of VP.P, if they get roared for some reason, I don't know, if Rubik spawns into the game and steals roar and then roars someone, DSA can just hit him with the Aphotic Shield and they just keep on fighting. No, I mean, I get your point, but we'll see. They're gonna smoke out of the base. Celebrity is actually just completely alone here, so this is gonna be a kill. Oh, they got him. Into now wow, just all the damage, committing even the Ice Blast for him unnecessarily.
I think we're wrong in single target kills.
They got him. They got him good. They killed him.
They did. Murdered him.
He's actually the most farmed hero in the game right now, by the way. So,
which is impressive, by the way. Congrats to...
And also, that's a kill regardless if it gets his BKB off or not, because then Pudge just dismembers him anyway. So that's at least something that you get out from this Pudge. Something. Ani is now going to go for the Yule Scepter. Going to be a little bit more useful for him. Also a Pudge hook setup, as they're going to be a little bit disappointed to recognize or to realize that they were underneath this ward the entire time, just outside of sentry range. You can actually de-ward it if you put it right here as well, which is kind of the annoying part. Oh, now they're going to know. Ina's like, damn, that was free gold.
I don't know if I love the Yule Scepter as is, but I do find that the Void Sphere has to just kind of build and effective with the just going for save, etc. Just so he can keep them. He knows he's not going to be able to.
Oh, they're going to kill him here. Silence. The hook shot.
He doesn't have Yules yet.
Yeah. Whoa, they missed the silence, yeah?
Yeah, that means that he... Okay, that's good for xannii. But these are the things that I want him to do. I think you should be trying to cut lanes, be a nuisance.
He's got to play like a Pucker and Emberwood.
Exactly.
But he's not, of course, as
but
good
without
as
the damage that they bring, right? Without the super
they
initiation.
just E-Blade combo a creep?
Could have been an illusion.
Okay, maybe. Sometimes you just got to get that farm, you know?
Why is Drow bald, by the way? Chad has noticed, I've been noticing for a while. Why is she lost already?
Well, she's a Drow, right? Dark Elves, I think if you don't get enough vitamin D, maybe.
Is it ESL? Forecasting one of Shane's game?
Oh, X is that. Get the bounty! Oh, no. He couldn't hook the bounty because he was silenced. Oh, good effort there. Has to TP away. Blizzy as well. He's currently positioned top. He doesn't really want to be here much longer, though. The DP will show, but yeah, and it's just too risky to take her on right now because you can beat to the tier 1 tower right there. My bad for the other languages. I did not mean to ping. My apologies, mea culpa. That's always really annoying to see in the other channels. My bad.
I'll take that.
Thank you.
As part of the Spanish broadcast, I can.
Do you cast lower div? No, I mean you can't, right? 'Cause what a dumb question for me to ask.
Do I cast the same?
Do you cast the same game in
Spanish?
English and Spanish at the same time when you're sitting right next to me? Is that something you can do? I think that you should really work on adding that to your repertoire.
Yeah,
I think. xannii? That's the Yules.
He's.
They know he was there though.
I don't know now. That was a weird astral step choice. I think he went the wrong way. Can they punish him? They still the silence here. Rocket Flare gets vision of him. They have hook shot as well. Missed the hook
Oh,
shot.
good juke.
Yeah, that's true. That was more of a juke than him. And he has a TP. Okay, he's getting away.
Radiant's
Oh,
turret
he's
has
getting couriered?
been
Hell
killed.
yeah.
Nice, xannii.
That. Oh, you just do more damage to couriers as a melee.
No, he had it.
Oh, he does that. How do you crit those? What?
He do more damage to couriers than melee hero. Therefore, you crit.
Well, you know, I wasn't sure if that's how calculated. I only play range support heroes, and I never get to see couriers outside of the landing stage.
Oh, wow.
Vlad's already done. We have now Aegis and a cheese probably onto the DP.
Oh, she went for Scotty. Dude, you have a shard that does the same thing, but better.
Nah, I mean, the Scotty's a bit better, right? Because you need to get 3-4 right clicks out with the frost arrows until it becomes...
Oh, it's true. 4 right clicks. Okay,
Yep.
fair enough, fair enough. I mean, it costs much more, but it gives you stats,
It
which
does.
are very useful.
Yep, the stats are nice, right?
Sure. I see that. I mean, this speaks to how bad the shard is, though. I feel like Fog is right on the money on this one. I see Lorenof, force major, burst it down.
Radiant's
Lorenof
middle
continues.
tower is
B,
under attack.
BKB right now. He's gonna get away fine.
Dire's
On the top
tower
wave right now is xannii, but they still have a wave top, and they're going to buy back on eine, who does not have the Ice Blast for 25 seconds. This wagon is still here. Oh, they're fighting again. Pudge has been located. They try and get him to safety. There's the Astral Remnant, or the Astral Imprisonment, and now Lorel's jumping in with his own BKB. Lots of targets from the Spirit Siphon on. Down goes the OD. Down goes the Pudge. Pudge is going to buy back instantly. Laurel with his BKB expired will be forced off the high ground. This is a possible hook. No, to create silence down to the Void Spirit to stop the 8th round from coming through. His DSA is now going to be healed. Might as well pull him back in.
So does anyone go back in just to say VSA? Do they have a 4-step here or something? No, they're just getting rid of
Ice Blast?
Ice Blast hits both. Okay, it's only going to finish off the Abaddon. Actually,
They're
the
buying
Hurricane
back.
Like Safe noticed. Muddy has a gut. He still wants to fight this. Going for the OD immediately.
He's dead.
OD is the
The
point
dieback.
Oh,
that matter. At second, still silent.
Another hook.
xannii. The hook brings Celebrity into the base.
He's dead.
And that guarantees yet another kill for Gambit. But is that going to be enough? VP.P still looking to fight this with the Drow's damage is perfectly viable, even without Celebrity. The hook shot misses. They need vision of them. They did force one dieback. I don't think you want to push this too harder, but they're trying for now. They still have a board.
They still have Aegis, right?
Celebrity Soul is still around here with the board. They silence some xannii. After their hook for DSA, the shotgun.
Oh.
Doesn't have borrowed time. Still survives despite that. xannii does go down to Larl in the backside. As Notice commits himself to taking these racks down.
We got another hook in a second, though.
And that hook
Here
might
it
be
comes.
as good.
Here it comes.
Let's go.
Oh.
No, they were ready for it.
He tried
Very
to.
slow.
He knew, of course, that Notice was going to try and juke, so he went for the 50-50 play. Either Laurel or Notice. Maybe if they decide to juke towards each other, we'll get the kill. But nice coordination there. Juke it away from each other, so at worst case scenario, they never line up there. You never want to really give them like a deep target pool, right? You want to give them a wide target pool, but you never want to stack yourselves up like that. So it's actually really good play by VP.P. I mean, like, it's kind of a meme game versus the Pudge, of course, but like doing these small things are just going to increase your chances of victory.
Yeah, idea is you put yourself as spread out horizontally as much as possible,
Yep.
and then when the hook
Another hook.
oh,
Now, unfortunately, they missed the Ice Blast.
yeah, but they still hit the Astro. Who is it? Yeah, he's in control.
All right,
There we go.
It's a dieback on him, by the way.
Shotgun, pretty good. Yeah, died back. That's true. That's your Abaddon loss, which
Yeah.
means that you now need to retreat as VP.P. Probably
Yeah.
wait for the. Oh no, you already have Aegis.
Still have Aegis, but I think he's really useful for the Dispel to tank a lot of these hook combos, right? Because he's a big target out in the front. So you're going to just take it easy. But Gambit, they're going to put their pedal to the metal now. As they're going to smoke on up, head down right into mid lane, and look for what they can find.
xannii is leading.
No.
xannii's leading on one hand.
Blizzy's baiting
Blizzy
mid.
just went mid, but he's baiting alone. I don't think this is a bait if you're alone.
No,
and
no.
VP is like, is this a bait? forcemajor's trying to read this from behind. They're doing a fake back. It's a really peculiar
Oh,
mid. This
notice.
is great.
Oh, what?
Notice?
With the bullet, with the hawk.
Yeah, escape vision over them. The
Hook
Hook is not
misses?
going to save
He's
him.
dead?
He's
Oh,
using
no,
it
they
for
missed up the
himself.
silence.
xannii, though, can still get away. He has the astral step. Here comes the ice blast. Trying to hit Celebrity. Celebrity's going to survive this for now. Larl, though, chasing after xannii, committed to the enemy mid laner. He wants to kill his mirror matchup. He's going to get it. xannii will go down. Lorenof now in trouble as well as the exorcism is starting to chunk him down, but they have nothing to cancel his TP. However, fair amount of damage from Larl regardless. They do kill off xannii though, so I think there should be the chance to at least take, or try to take tier 1.
Yeah, they bought back as well though on the Clockwerk. They really want to end this for now. I'm not sure why. They don't really need to like force it, right? Like they're strong late game as well. I don't see any Morphling combo that he gets an Ags in it. He's not even going for the Ags, of course. Going to send for the Eye of Scotty himself to help him out a bit more. They will be able to nuke down the Hawk. The tier 3 tower taking a lot of damage. He's not even in hook range, by the way. That's how far away this Drow can attack with the Hurricane Pipe. Oh, they're still going to actually hit her. All right, that should be the first life down. Oh, they're going to be able to save her, though, with the Aphotic Shield. Get her off to safety. Ice Blast shouldn't connect. Oh, Celebrity's going to run into it, though, unbeknownst to him.
I'd hit him, bro. Oh, they don't have the greatest high ground defense either, to be honest. Has a Pudge.
Here's another hook. He's got a Force Staff. Off cooldown there, on cooldown, rather. Yep, mid lane of Barracks deleted. xannii's returned, so Gambit, they're not going to sit on their own high ground for too much longer, I'd imagine. They're probably going to go out adventuring as there's Aegis being reclaimed.
I mean, they're considering of re-engaging this, though. They know they have the advantage anyway, even without Aegis. Do you wait now for the next first shot? Sense, but as a 4, who has a 5, he's just very weak.
Yeah,
because your laning stage is too bad, and you're more of a late game hero, right? Because you're supposed to like rack up kills and everything. So I'm wondering, why would you pick a 4 that's like a late game core that might as well pick? Right.
I mean, my thing is, if you're going to pick him as a 4, I see no reason to pick the Shaman, or not to pick the Shaman over him. Okay, they have the flying vision with the Shiva's Guard. Oh, hook shot, though, is going to accidentally connect. That was a Storm Crusher or something?
What's that so?
Can you purge off the Yules using the Necro Archer? Yeah, okay.
You have to click on him before he's... Otherwise,
but I mean, I just don't know why he wouldn't pick the Shaman. You know, he kind of has range dismember. By the way, Pudge sitting right underneath a ward. Poor guy.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if you wanted the force-free position.
That's Tiny Airlines, yeah, for sure.
He's better for force-free position. And
Yeah.
also for saving teammates.
Also, he's got real great burst damage versus a Drow if you can jump her with the blink. Yeah, yeah.
There he goes.
I mean, maybe they did it just because they saw Pudge was one.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, you know, Gambit-2 making waves here.
This could flex on other mobiles. We're like, oh guys, we got a whole 30 heroes pick in this in our world tournament. It was amazing. It was like a solid 50% of our pool.
Good force.
Biggest hero pool you ever had. You know,
His vampires being hunted by Laurel. Dismember him. Yes.
yeah, there's a battle.
Yes. He's dead anyway.
Oh, he forced us.
So what do you want? Oh, Ice Blast is coming.
What he wanted to do is force himself out of the map and do like a little V shape here.
Yeah, so then he
he
could land right here ideally, but then DP still has damage for him. All right, Celebrity's gonna roar and get the kill onto Blizzy. BKB pop, Morphling in some trouble. They don't have a follow-up silence, so you can just wave him away. Or Yule Scepter's utilized here. Still has his BKB though, he's a-okay. eine, my goodness, getting chunked by the Drow, nearly dying to the multi-shot. xannii's gonna get silenced, doesn't have the Yule Scepter anymore. This is disgust. Oh, cannot get the Dissemblade off though, as the Crypt Swarm will finish him off, and eine is going to perish to the ghosties in the trees. This is going to be then the tier 3, the Megas, and probably the game, as Gambit are not really having the bodies to defend this one, unfortunately.
I think it's called at this point in the game. I don't think you can recover at all. I mean, this game has never gone in your favor, but I think now it's come from a stop because it gets to play till the end. Might as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, hook shot ready to go for forcemajor. The guy can jump on him though with the shotgun build, blow him up. Blizzy counter-initiating, blinks forward, and force staffs rather onto only Laurel, so that's not going to help Lorenof. He's still going to go down, dropping the hammer, but not getting enough damage. As there's the GG finally getting called. Let's see, let's get a Pudge hook here right before we end. Exorcist Vampire, come on, you got 1 second. Oh, he got the Hawk. He got the Hawk, unfortunately. And that is going to be game number 1. As VP.P, they want to get into the lower division season 2. They want to try and take on the Hustlers. They need to win one more game to do it.